What is going on, guys? It is WrestleLamia here, back with another news video. Now those crazy kids over at All Elite Wrestling have done it again, this time selling out the tickets for the debut episode of their upcoming television series. What does this mean for AEW, and is this another bad sign for the WWE? Join us now as WrestleLamia looks at AEW's latest success and all your news, including The Rock's secret retirement, Liv Morgan's new character, Big Cass's chance of returning to the WWE, Matt Riddle spoiling SummerSlam, WWE's 2K news, and an NXT injury. Let's look at our first story as AEW sells out Capital One Arena. Cody Rhodes' tweet on 2nd August 2019 revealed another win for fledgling promotion All Elite Wrestling. Sold out. Thank you all so very much. Do not give up on hope on being there live though, we should be lifting potential camera production holds as we get closer to the event. Keep checking at the link below. AEW announced that it sold out the Capital One Center for the debut of its television series, shocking the wrestling world. The arena is believed to seat around 14,000 fans for wrestling, which is another feather in AEW's cap. All Elite Wrestling has already announced several matches for the show, today revealing it will crown its first ever women's champion on the premiere episode. One of the biggest questions concerning All Elite Wrestling was how they fared selling seats for their upcoming television show set to debut on Wednesday 2nd October 2019. While All Elite Wrestling sold out the venues for their pay-per-views Double or Nothing and All Out, fans and industry analysts were curious to see how fans would respond to a television show, particularly in a large arena and on a weeknight, as opposed to Saturday nights. Demand for the seats was huge and the tickets sold fast, as Dave Meltzer reported. On Friday, AEW fought through Ticketmaster issues and sold more than 9,200 tickets over 2 hours for their Wednesday, October 2nd TNT debut at the Capital One Center in Washington, D.C. The ticketing giant had some major issues where for the first 90 minutes, prospective buyers were either told no tickets were available or tickets would be shown as available, and then people would get messages that someone had beaten them to buying them. One concern by fans and likely AEW executives is the presence of professional ticket vendors, aka scalpers, who buy up seats in order to sell them at a substantially higher price on the secondary market. This is a common problem with any popular event, and WrestleMania can't help but wonder what steps, if any, AEW will make to get tickets into the seats of actual fans. Cody Rhodes recently explained why AEW chose Washington, D.C. as the site of their first show. Cody appeared on 106.7 The Fan commenting, "We had a really strong presence in terms of, in this era, you're able to track a lot of data. And I know that might sound like, whoa, that's the nerdiest answer ever, but you're able to track a lot of data and see where did the most views come from BR Live and things of that nature. And when I say we've got these artists who are running this, and these inmates who are running the asylum, one of the best things we've done, myself, Matt, Nick and Kenny as EVPs with AEW, one of the best things we've done is said, okay, we don't know how to do this, so let's hire somebody who does." It sounds like Rhodes and other AEW executives aren't afraid to rely on others for things outside their expertise. Cody explained further, "I'll give you an example. Raphael Morphy, who came from WWE and was there with me as our market rep, that's the individual who can look all across the board and who can strategically place us in the best market and service every market that we possibly can and reflect that data that's been reflected and appease that and all the math and all that science." Hindsight is 2020, but it's interesting to read what the Wrestling Observer had to say about their potential ticket sales and what the results were. Very few wrestling shows in a long history in that building have been first day sellouts. A first day ticket sales number under 6,000 would be another lesson. Anything north of 6,000, which is about what a first day ticket sale for a Raw event would do, but not sell out, would be good, and north of 9,000 would be great. There's no logical reason to expect AEW to pull WWE numbers. They don't have the time in, nor the exposure, nor do all but a few of their stars have the level of exposure as almost every top WWE star has. It's obvious AEW blew away so-called expert opinions, but what about its other challenges? AEW has gained huge momentum thanks to its ticket triumph, and now it remains to be seen how it will do in the ratings game. As several analysts have noted, if AEW can draw decent numbers, it will be in a strong position when it comes time to renegotiate its television deal. At this point, it's impossible to do anything but speculate, but AEW is looking good again while the WWE continues to struggle. On the other hand, the WWE has had trouble selling tickets for NXT TakeOver Toronto, as well as Raw and SmackDown following SummerSlam. Toronto, Canada has traditionally been a hotbed for professional wrestling, but earlier this week, the WWE was offering ticket incentives for fans who attend NXT, Raw and SmackDown. Consider the WWE weekend shows at the Scotiabank Arena are not doing so well, in particular both Raw and SmackDown. The 10th August NXT price point to just enter is $28 with 1,070 available, while Raw on 12th August is $18 with 1,160 listed, and SmackDown on 13th August is $12 with 970 remaining. None of these shows are sold out on the primary market either. SummerSlam isn't a problem, and as the WWE's second biggest show of the year, it shouldn't be. The current issue of the Wrestling Observer discussed how SummerSlam is doing compared to other shows, including tickets on the secondary market, i.e. scalpers. In Toronto, the demand for SummerSlam remains high with a $122 secondary market price of entry with 2,010 tickets on sale right now. That's still below All Out in Chicago at $147, 589 remaining, but still a high dollar amount. All Out would rank with the 2019 WrestleMania New Jersey, the Nakamura debut in Dallas against Sami Zayn several years back on the NXT show over Mania weekend, and the last Royal Rumble in Philadelphia as the most in-demand secondary market tickets in wrestling history. Clearly, the WWE is doing better with SummerSlam and the television shows immediately after, but the company must be concerned why it has to try so hard to sell tickets. Another potential reason for the WWE to be concerned is a recent report to The Observer concerning October's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, where they mentioned Sacramento, which is traditionally a strong WWE market even when the rest of the country is down. They were at first not putting up for sale the upper sections or directly behind the hard camera. As WrestleLamia has discussed before, it could be that the WWE is overcharging for tickets and needs to reevaluate its pricing tiers. Our second story looks at whether The Rock has secretly retired from the WWE. The Rock recently appeared on the talk show Live with Kelly and Ryan, discussing his Hollywood career, his years as a wrestler, and his thoughts on the current product. During his interview, The Rock made some comments that took some fans looking for an in-ring return aback. "I miss wrestling. I love wrestling. I quietly retired from wrestling because I was lucky enough to have a wonderful career and accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. But there's nothing like a live crowd, live audience, live microphone." Does this mean The Rock is officially retired from the ring? Considering wrestlers' penchant for returning to the ring multiple times after retiring, it's possible The Rock could return for a special occasion. Recall The Rock also said he would never enter the WWE Hall of Fame until his in-ring career was over for good. Whether this means The Rock will be entering the Hall of Fame in 2020 or is considering a possible return when his ever-hectic schedule affords him the chance to do something, we'll have to wait and see. Next up, there's some WWE 2K20 news, as it looks as there could be some big changes in store for WWE's 2K video game franchise. Yesterday, 2K released a 10-second teaser trailer showcasing a number of legendary items, including one of Ric Flair's robe, Brutus Beefcake's shears, the WCW Championship with the NWO graffiti, and the WWE Championship. Recall that the WWE's upcoming game is supposed to feature a number of legends, including Ric Flair, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Hulk Hogan. Last June, Ringside News noted rumors that 2K20 would feature the return of the game's General Manager mode. We're looking to get more information on the 5th August 2019. Next up, it seems that Liv Morgan has a new persona. While it's clear that the former Riot Squad member Liv Morgan is getting a new gimmick, we don't know its exact nature. Recently, somebody posted on Twitter a video of Liv Morgan sitting in the driveway in pouring rain. No, Morgan isn't trying out for a new Taylor Swift video, at least as far as we know, but Brad Shepard reported on his weekly podcast Oh You Didn't Know, Liv Morgan's new gimmick will be used to reel in the disenfranchised female youth demographic. It'll be a Lita-esque rebel type of character. Next up, Big Cass wants to return to the WWE. Big Cass has been vocal about his time in the WWE, admitting he'd made a mess of things despite the company giving him a tremendous opportunity. Could Big Cass be looking for a return to the WWE? Consider the following comments Cass made during an interview with Pro Wrestling Sheet. "I do think the door is open. It's just a matter of what I want to do. It's tough to say right now. It's a tough life, man. People don't realize how tough that lifestyle is. Mentally, right now, I feel like I'm in a good place. I feel like I'm in a very good place to handle that schedule and handle that life. That's where I feel like I am right now. But I don't know what to do, man. I'm kinda living life right now, keeping my options open. there's plenty of wrestling out there in the world. The WWE seemed to have big plans for Cass, and it could again if he straightened his life out. Next up, did Matt Riddle spoil a SummerSlam match? Rumors have been circulating for the last few days that Dolph Ziggler would face Bill Goldberg at SummerSlam, but NXT star Matt Riddle took to Instagram posting a picture of Goldberg and Ziggler with the SummerSlam logo and a message hinting Riddle wanted to be added to the match. He's talked trash about Goldberg for years and continued doing so after Big Bill's disastrous match with The Undertaker in Saudi Arabia. It's unlikely the WWE would let Riddle post something like this to social media without prior authorization. What purpose would it serve when it should have been promoted earlier on SmackDown? Then again, considering how bad Goldberg's match was at Super Showdown, it's probably better not to promote it. And last up, there's been an NXT injury. NXT star Rachel Evers, aka Rachel Ellering, recently suffered an injury at an NXT house show. Evers tweeted the following message to her fans saying, "Professional wrestling is the love of my life. My heart is at home when I'm in the ring, sharing moments with you all. On Saturday night, my heart broke a little bit. At our NXT show in Florida, I tore my ACL. Those 3 letters have caused me to feel so much pain, disappointment and fear. I have surgery on Tuesday, and Wednesday I begin my journey back to my home, the ring." But there you have it guys, AEW's latest success and all the wrestling news you need to know about. Were you surprised by AEW's latest success? Do you think it's a fluke or a sign of more success to come? Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.